I brought my little brother with me in the back seat, who's 3 years younger than me, and a friend named Jacob from Mississippi. And I was going like under like on a highway that was like totally like those empty roads back then, right? And he pulled the steering wheel like while I was driving that fast, like just being like a retarded little kid.
Right.
And like I pulled it back and it was okay, but someone had called us in, like and like said that there's driving erratically on the road. And when I got over the Pascagoula Mississippi Bridge, coming back from Goshen to Pascagoula, the cop was waiting right there, and he pulled us over. I made a right turn. He pulled us over, and I told him like I was nervous. I was like, I'm going to McDonald's, and he was like, Oh, well, McDonald's is that way. But it's like, if you see your license, yeah, like, because I kind of looked, I still looked kind of old enough to have like a learner's permit. In Mississippi, you can get one at 15, and I was kind of older looking for my age anyway. So like the cop said he was about to let me go. He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna check on this, and then I'm gonna call your parents." So he ended up knowing my parents. He called my parents, and the next day or so, I was supposed to be going to tennis camp. And instead, I was on the way to a boot camp in Mexico called Casa by the Sea, and it's part of the Worldwide Association of Specialty Programs.
This was the next day? Like they were just like
Literally the
that's
next day.
that's
I mean, it might have been a day in between. I don't remember totally, but for me, like in my brain, the way I remember it, it was literally the next
right
day.
away. Right.
I think my dad had already been kind of researching these places, like we're
Uh-huh.
gonna do this crazy kid type of thing, and
Right.
that's where then he just kind of picked it. These places like they market and advertise as like rehabilitation centers where your kids in a luxury camp by the ocean, jet skiing and swimming every day. I never saw the ocean, well, jet ski nor a pool the whole time I was there.
What was it like? Like what was it like? Because like you and I kind of talked, it sound more like these were like from my understanding, like military style boot camps, like versus a resort style rehabilitation camp.
Exactly. So I also went to military school later in life, and military school was great. It was tough in an aspect, but this is the totally different place. Paris Hilton recently made a documentary called "This Is Paris," outlining the schools that are in the U.S. Now, the ones that are for more troubled kids, I guess, they operate outside the U.S. so they can obviously avoid some of the laws and procedures and governing things that happen within the borders. So this was in Ensenada, Mexico.
I've been to Ensenada.
Yeah, I've actually been there as an adult too. I drove by the actual facility, stood
Really?
there, and I was like, I mean, like
Yeah.
to the doors. So it was crazy, man. I remember flying in with my mom, and she dropped me across the border, and we got there, and it was like they were all really nice. We were talking. We went through these big red doors. The drive down is beautiful, kind of tricksy. You think you're going to some amazing resort place. The actual facility's on the water too, but it's four big ass red walls. The first door you walk through, you're like in like the offices or facility or whatever like that, and you meet the admin with your parents and like you have all your stuff with you. And they're talking to your mom and dad. It's all smiles, it's all like, okay, cool, get ready for this. We're gonna take you back here, and we're gonna start your program now that they call it a program. And as soon as you get behind the door and you say goodbye to your parents for I remember looking at mom. I didn't feel like saying goodbye because I was so mad that I was going to some random place. I didn't want to say goodbye, probably, and little did I know that would be the last time I got to see, talk, hear from her again until I left that place. Because of these places, you weren't allowed to talk to your neighbors, your friends, anybody without permission. Your parents, you were allowed to write one letter a week that was highly edited. If you wrote anything negative or manipulative in it at all, it would tear it up and make you write it again. But day one, as soon as you walk through the door, it changes. The whole tone just changes. You get taken. First of all, the furniture is different. The lighting is different. And I remember I'm recalling this as an adult when I went there as a kid. So it might not be totally accurate, like as far as like the lighting was off and this and that, but this is how